Sorry, I'm still coughing a little bit, but I'm fine enough to do another video. What I've recently been thinking about is how chaotic a certain thing can be. Maybe not on the surface, but secretly behind the scenes or in the aftermath, and it's game shows. They can be pretty chaotic sometimes in a playful way, like the story of Michael Larson on Press Your Luck. It's so simple on Press Your Luck. All you have to do is hit the buzzer and hope that you earn money or a prize. Well, unfortunately, it's not that easy because supposedly the panels were random, but apparently Michael Larson discovered that the panels popping up had some distinct patterns to them. So he memorized the patterns. And when he went on the show, he kept getting the patterns right and kept winning and winning and winning and winning. Even the producers thought that something was off, but little did they know, it was all because of their own flaw of making a pattern with those flashing lights. You would think that they knew that they programmed it that way, but I guess they didn't. But yeah, he won over $100,000, the most anyone had ever won during that time. I think this happened in the 70s. It was definitely way before the 90s. Also during that time, there was this game show called The Dating Game. And that game show has one of the absolute most chaotic and horrifying stories about game shows. When a contestant, a bachelor named Rodney Alcala, was on the show, the bachelorette chose him to go on a date with, but nobody knew that Alcala was a serial killer, that while he was on the show, he was in the middle of a massive killing spree. It's a good thing that the bachelorette realized. It's a good thing the bachelorette realized there was something creepy about him and ended up declining the date in the end. Yeah, back in the vintage days, they didn't do background checks for people who went on those shows. Isn't that crazy? Things must have been different during that time that they can't do background checks. Wanted criminals could easily get on those shows. Crazy, right? Even in the modern days, game shows could still get really, really crazy. Crazy in a way that you've probably seen a lot of horror stories. Like, did you know that a contestant of Family Feud actually murdered his wife sometime after he was on the show? I think his name was Anthony Bleefneck. And he told this joke about this joke answer that he did on the show when the contestants were asked, "What's the biggest mistake you make at a wedding?" And he said the biggest mistake was saying "I do." It was supposed to be funny, but sometime after he separated from his wife and eventually ended up murdering her. Pretty insane that a future killer ended up being on, of all shows, Family Feud, a a game show that's been around for decades. There are also some cases where people cheat on where people cheat on game shows. This one time, I think it was in the UK, these people cheated on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. In order to cheat, they had someone on the side, and they would cough whenever the contestant said the right answer as he was going through the multiple choices. Crazy, huh? That people can figure these things out on how to game the game. You know, it's funny. I wonder what the contestants on Press Your Luck thought when they figured out how Michael Larson managed to win so much money. Technically, he wasn't cheating. He was taking advantage of the system that they had programmed. Of course, I don't know if computers even existed back then. Probably not if it was the 70s. No computers, no programs. No programs, no randomization of the panels. Patterns were there. He memorized them, he exploited them, and won a lot of money. and won a lot of money. I will say though, there are some game shows that are completely crazy. Like, The Value of Truth, where you answer embarrassing questions truthfully to earn money. Very embarrassing personal questions. Someone in, I think maybe the Philippines, I'm not really sure where, but there was this one woman who went on a version of that show in another country, and after being on the show, her boyfriend murdered her from all the embarrassment that she caused him from the show. I've seen that show is in the United States as well, but I don't think it's still running. Do any of you guys remember a game show called The Chair? Yeah, that's it, The Chair. I only remember it vaguely because I saw it a few times when I was really young, when I was like younger than 10 years old. Apparently contestants were strapped to like this chair that honestly looks like a torture chair, like some messed up office chair that people are strapped to, and they monitor your heartbeat. And as you, I don't know, answer questions, they expose you to all of this terrifying things. Like, I remember at one point they put like a plexiglass enclosed hive full of bees in front of someone. They had like these pyrotechnics flaming up, and then they at one point had a crocodile brought down with a rope from the ceiling. I don't know, maybe I'm remembering that one wrong, but yeah, it was a pretty crazy game show. I don't know if there's any evidence of it being out there, but feel free to check it up. The Chair, it was honestly one of the craziest, most insane game shows I've ever seen when even probably my whole life, even though I saw it as a kid. Yeah. Who knows, there might be some footage of it on the internet. Yeah. Yeah, so it really is true. Game shows can sometimes get extremely crazy, really insane. I hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, leave a like, subscribe, and I hope you'll be willing to view my videos more often for more hours so that I could get 500 watch hours, and I'll be able to, is it 500 or 3,000? Well, the more the merrier, so I can finally start profiting from YouTube. Anyway, see you guys later.